You are 16. The laptop on your thighs is your dad's old MacBook. The Spotify sticker on the lid is half peeled. A YouTube tutorial is paused on your phone against a cereal box. The instructor says, "Install Visual Studio Code." You install Visual Studio Code. He says, "Type print hello world." You type it. You hit run. The terminal says hello world back. The room gets very quiet. That quiet. You will spend the next 20 years chasing it. You copy a button off Stack Overflow into an index.html file and double-click it in Chrome. The button works. You open DevTools and type document.body.style.background into the console. The whole page goes red. You refresh it 40 times because you can. Then the screen says, "Syntax error, unexpected token. It's 1:47 a.m. You don't know what a token is. You ask the internet to explain it like you're 16. You fix the comma. The page loads. You upload the folder to GitHub through the web interface, because the command line is still terrifying, and share the link in a Discord server. 3 people react with a thumbs up. Free Code Camp has placed more than 40,000 graduates at companies like Apple, Google, and Spotify. You are not one of them yet. You save the link anyway. The laptop fan presses warm against your legs. You build a second project the next night. Nobody asked you to. Level 2. The first paid gig. You are 22. The office smells like cold brew and ambition. The average bootcamp grad in 2025 earns around $70,000 a year in the US, about £55,000 in the UK, and roughly $257,000 AED in Dubai. You negotiated to $82,000. Patrick McKenzie's essay told you to. You read it the night before the offer call. Your manager hands you a Jira ticket. Good first issue. Rename one React prop. You clone the monorepo and npm install runs for 11 minutes. You make coffee, you come back. It's still going. You check out a branch, edit one file, open a pull request. 18 minutes later, a senior engineer, you'll always forget her name, comments. "Looks good to me, but please add a test." You don't know how to write a test. You slack her. She walks you through it in 7 messages. The pull request merges. CI goes green. 3 weeks in, a merge of yours takes down checkout for 41 minutes on a Tuesday. Your stomach goes cold. You post in the incident channel. The senior on-call rolls it back in 2 minutes and writes, "No blame, learning opportunity," in the postmortem doc. Nobody yells. Nobody fires you. You stop flinching when CI turns red. The first paycheck clears at 6:15 a.m. on a Friday. You screenshot it and text it to your mom. Bootcamp cost $14,000. You make it back in 9 weeks. By month 9, you ship a feature without asking permission. Level 3, the on-call rotation. You are 27. The Bureau of Labor Statistics puts the median software developer salary at $133,080 in the US. At a company in the Google tier, your total comp, base, stock, and bonus lands around $296,000. In the UK, a senior developer at this level earns roughly £95,000 to £120,000. In Dubai, the package runs between $420,000 and $520,000 AED. You sleep with your phone face up on the nightstand. PagerDuty's foghorn is the worst sound you know. Monday, you write a design doc in Notion for splitting a 1,200-line service into 3 modules. Tuesday, you mentor a junior engineer through her first database migration. You watch her hands hover over the keyboard, and you remember being her exactly 2 years ago. Wednesday, you push back on a product manager who wants real-time collaboration shipped by end of quarter. You write, "Scope creep, let's talk Thursday." Friday night at 3:14 a.m., PagerDuty cuts through Do Not Disturb. You acknowledge on your phone in the dark. You open the laptop. The Datadog dashboard is a wall of red. You connect the VPN, error rate on the payment service, 47%. You grep the deploy log. Bad commit went out 22 minutes ago. You hit the rollback button. You wait. The graph drops more, goes green. You write the post-mortem note, 1 paragraph. Then you close the laptop and go back to sleep. Your partner doesn't wake up. The blue light of the phone is the only thing on the ceiling. The next quarter, your headcount request gets denied. You file a JIRA ticket tagged tech debt. You know it will never be picked up. You file it anyway. The junior engineer you mentored ships her migration clean. She sends you a thumbs up. You stop saving your pay stubs. Level 4. The design doc. You are 32. At the Google equivalent, a senior engineer's total comp sits around $428,000 in the US. In the UK, a staff-adjacent senior clears £140,000 to £180,000 all in. In Dubai, that package runs from $600,000 to $800,000 AED. You stopped checking the deposit when it lands. The job has stopped being code. 14 of your 40 weekly hours are in Google Meet. You write a 12-page RFC for a new authentication system. A junior engineer pushes back on your token rotation design. You listen. He's right about one thing. You revise. The doc goes to version 2. You get sign-off. You create the epic. 23 issues, 4 engineers, pull requests land. The feature ships behind a launch darkly flag at 1% traffic. No errors. 10%. No errors. 100%. The deploy is silent. The announcement gets 12 thumbs ups in Slack. In the background, 260,000 tech workers get cut in a single year. Recruiters message you every Tuesday. One mentions a Series B paying $450,000 cash, plus equity. You take the call. You don't take the offer. The staff engineer who signed off your auth rewrite pings you privately. You ran that one well. You read it twice. You wait an hour. You reply with a thumbs up. You stop being the smartest person in the room. You stop minding. Level 5. The founder. You're 36. You have a co-founder you met at the auth rewrite company. You just signed a YC safe on DocuSign from a kitchen table in the Mission YC's deal. $500,000 for 7%. The batch acceptance rate for summer 2025 hit 0.6%, the lowest on record. You got in. The salary is 0. You filed your 83B election with the IRS within 30 days. Your lawyer reminded you twice. You write TypeScript from 9 in the morning until 1 in the morning. You cold email 30 prospects every Monday. On a Wednesday, you onboard your first paying customer through a Stripe checkout link and pin the confirmation email to the top of your inbox. The 11-week batch ends with demo day. You pitch 47 investors in 4 weeks. 41 ghost. 6 say yes. The seed round closes at $4 million on a $20 million cap. You file Form D with the SEC within 15 days. Engineer number 1 takes a 40% pay cut from her public company job to join you. The equity is the bet. You sign the offer letter. She signs back. You don't celebrate. The 5 a.m. alarm doesn't wake you anymore. You wake before it. The laptop is already open. 18 months in, you hit $3 million in annual recurring revenue. A Series A term sheet sits on the kitchen table. Level 6. The exit. You are 38. Your company has 13 employees. A strategic acquirer's corporate development team has been in your inbox for 6 weeks. You sit through 19 due diligence calls. You read a 60-page asset purchase agreement on your phone in the back of a cab. Instagram sold to Facebook in 2012 with 13 employees. The co-founders netted hundreds of millions. Your number isn't theirs. Nobody's is. But the structure is the same. You sign the definitive agreement in DocuSign across 3 time zones in one afternoon. The board approves. The HSR antitrust waiting period clears. You tell the team in an all-hands with the lights up and the blinds open. One engineer cries. Nobody else does. The wire confirmation email lands at 4:47 p.m. with a number in it that has a comma in a place you've never seen a comma before. You read it 3 times. You don't show anyone. You don't tell your mother until the weekend. In person. With coffee. Somewhere else in the city, that same week, another deal collapses. Adobe and Figma's $20 billion merger falls apart after regulators decline to clear it. Adobe pays a $1 billion termination fee. You got the path, they didn't. Level 7. The legend. You are 42. The retention package kept you on for 2 years. Now the acquirer is gone, and the company you built is still running under its own name. You stayed because you wanted to see what it became. A new engineer, 22 years old, boot camp grad, first pull request is a one-line rename, joins your team on a Tuesday. You review her pull request in 18 minutes. The comment reads, "Looks good to me, but please add a test." You remember the senior engineer who once said the same thing to you. You still can't remember her name. You still owe her. The GitHub contribution graph on the wall behind your desk runs from one green square at 16 to a solid wall of green at 38. Same career, different weight. Apple still charges $99 a year to ship to the App Store. You paid it at 16 to upload a calculator nobody downloaded. You pay it now to ship something with 100,000 daily users. Same fee, different ledger. The climb cost you a knee that never healed from too many years in a chair. You can live with that. The MacBook Pro on the new team's desk is the same model as the one your dad gave you at 16. The Spotify sticker is gone. 50 identical laptops sit in 50 identical boxes. The kid in the front row opens VS Code and types print "Hello World." The terminal says, "Hello World back." The room gets very quiet. He doesn't know yet that the quiet is the part that lasts. You do. The keys to the office are on a hook by the door. They're yours.